Alright, hi guys. Today we're going to talk about the law of sines, okay? So before we talk about the law of sines, I'll let you know how we can find out the area of a triangle. Typically, when we find out the area of a triangle, we know that is a base times a height times 1/2, right? But then in this law, we can find out the area of a triangle using the two adjacent sides and the including the angle. So let's take a look at this formula. When you find out the area of a triangle, the area, we are given a triangle A, B, C. So we know the opposite side of an angle A is a lowercase a. Opposite side of an angle B is a lowercase b. Opposite side of an angle C is a lowercase c. So the formula is a 1/2 times B times C. So which one is the included angle? So we know the angle A is included between two sides, right? So we gotta multiply by sine of A. Area A times adjacent side C. And which one is included angle? Is this angle B? So we gotta multiply by sine B and times a half. Area of half times A times B. And included angle is a angle C. So we're going to multiply sine of C. So that's how you find out the area of a triangle. So you might wonder, so can we just use like any side and any angle? So as long as you choose a two adjacent side with the included angle, the area will be the same. Okay. Now, example A. So find out the area of the triangle ABC. If A is a 10, B is a 14, C is a 40. Make sure this C is an angle. These two A and B is what? The length of side. So let me draw a picture first. So now we are given the triangle A, B, C. Opposite side of A is a 10. Opposite side of angle B is a 14. And then we are given angle 40 degrees. All right. So we're going to use the formula. We are given the two sides of the adjacent side of 10 and 14. Angle C is the included angle. So area will be 1/2 times 10 times 14 times sine of 40. So which is a 7. So 70 times sine of 40. We know the 40 is not a special angle. So what we're going to do, we're going to plug in a calculator. So I'm going to put that number in my calculator, but before you use a calculator, you have to check your mode to make sure if your mode is a degree. Don't use radians, okay? Don't get confused. So my calculator has been set up as a degree. So now go second quit. Now I'm going to go like plug in sine 40, enter, and I'm going to multiply by 70 to get the answer. This is the answer, so 44.99. So the approximation is a what? So 45 units square. So that's the answer for example 1. Okay? Now, you can use the law of sine to solve any triangle. If you wanted the measure of two angles on any side of the measures of two sides and the angle, the opposite one of them. So what is the law of sine? Is a sine of A over A. Make sure those lowercase ABC stands for what? The length of each side. And sine A, this capital ABC stands for the angle, okay? So now you have to match up the corresponding angle with the corresponding side. So sine of A is corresponding to opposite side of A. Sine of B is corresponding to B. Sine of C is corresponding to the opposite side of C. So which means the ratio of corresponding sine of A over A, and that is equal to the ratio of sine of B to corresponding side of B, that is equal to the ratio of sine of C over corresponding side of C. So now, let's use this. Let me draw a triangle. So we have a triangle A and B and C. Opposite side of angle A is a 12. So B is the opposite side of angle B, 9. We are given an angle A, which is a 28 degrees. So now next question is we're going to find out the angle of B. Now we have to use the log sign. So sine of A over A equals sine of B over B. So let me use it. So sine of A equal over A equals sine of B over B. So sine of A, so let me plug in 28 for A. So sine of 28 degrees over, what is the corresponding side of A? Opposite side of A is a 12. That is equal to sine of B, so we don't know, so sine of B over B, the corresponding side of angle B is a 9. Alright, so I'm going to cross multiply. So if you cross multiply, what happens is a 12 sine of B equal to 9 times the sine of 28. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in my calculator. Okay, so first of all, 9 times sine of 28. Okay, so I got the number for the right side. But since we have a 12 in front of the sine B, I'm going to divide by 12. So what we have is a sine of B equal to 0.352. Now the question is we're going to find out the angle B. So how we can solve for angle B, we're going to take the what? The sine inverse. So last Friday, we learned about the inverse of trigger function. So take the sine inverse of 0.352. So which gives us what? 20.61 degrees. That's the angle of B. Alright, this is exercise problem. So find the area ABC to tune list 10. Okay, so let's check. What we're given is we're given a two adjacent side with the included angle. So we can just plug in the formula, which is 1/2 times 11 times 14 times the sine of 54, right? And let's plug in then my calculator. So 11 times 14 times sine of 54. That and divided by 2. So which is a 62. Area is 62.29 unit square. Oh, it says a nearest 10. So that will be 62.3. Alright. So let me try number 2. So area is 1/2 times 2 adjacent side, 8.5 times 12 times sine of 1 to 5. So let's plug in my calculator. So 8.5 times 12 times sine of 125. And then we can just divide by 2. So which is a 41.8. So 41.8 unit square. So let's try the example 3, the last one. So which is a two adjacent side with the included angle. So the area is a 15 times. Oh, I missed the 1/2. 1/2 times 15 times 18 times the sine of 32. So let me plug in. So 15 times 18 times sine of 32 divided by 2, which is 71.5. So 71.5 unit square. Now next one is a number 4, 5, 6. We're going to use a log sign. To solve each triangle, round the measure of sides to nearest tenth and the measure of angle to the nearest degrees. Okay. So now B and C, we know that stands for the angle, right? So let me sketch the triangle. We have A, B, C. We're given angle 40, no, this is a B, right? So 42 degrees. Angle C is a 68 degrees. We know the sum of angles of a triangle is up to what? 180. So 42 plus 68 is 110. So we know the angle A will be 70 degrees. So we already got that. So down here, you have to write down the angle C is a 70 degrees. Now, what we're given is we are given the length of a side, 10. The opposite side of angle A is a 10. But we don't know what is the length of side B and C. So let's say, let me just label B and C. Alright? So in this case, we can just use the what? The log sign. So sine 70 over opposite side. A, corresponding side is a 10 equal to sine of B, sine of 42 over, we don't know the length of B, that is equal to sine of 68, and we don't know the corresponding side is C, so that is just equal to C. Alright? So what we're going to do is we're going to make a pair. So we're going to make the pair first too, because we know the ratio of sine of A over the length A, right? And then after that, we're going to make these two pairs. Alright? So first of all, I'm going to solve the first two ratios. Sine 70 over 10 equals sine 42 over B. What you're going to do is you're going to cross multiply. So sine 70 times B equal to 10 times the sine of 42. Alright? So here is my calculator. So 10 times sine of 42. So sine of 42. So I got that value. But since we have a sine of 70 in front of the B, so I'm going to divide that by sine of 70. Alright? So I got is a 7.1. Okay? So the length of B is a 7.1. So let me just write down here. B is a 7.1 unit. Okay. So as I said, I'm going to use that ratio again. So which is a sine of 70 equal to sine of 42. Then 10 and C. Okay. So cross multiply. So which is a C times the sine of 70 equal to 10 times sine of 42. So oh, I missed the 16. Okay, I'm sorry. So the last one is in 16. I'm sorry about that. This one is a 68. First supposed to be 68. So 10 times sine of 68, enter. And divided by sine of 70, enter. So which gives you the length of side C is a 9.9. Okay. So the length of side C is a 9.9 unit. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try number 6 one more time. So this is number 6. So I draw the triangle. So angle A is a 15. Angle B is a 50. The corresponding side of B is a 36. So we're gonna find out the B and C. Okay. So we know this missing angle. This one is a 65. So 180 minus 65, which is a 115. So we know this angle is a 115. Okay. So angle C is a 115 degrees. All right. So now let me just make the ratio. Sine 115 over C equal to sine of 36 over C. Sine of, wait a minute. Oh, sine of 50, I'm sorry. Sine of 50 over 36, because that's the length. And then sine of 15, that is over B, right? Okay. So we're going to make the first ratio. So cross multiply. So 36 times sine of 115 equal to C times sine of 15. Okay. So 36 times sine of 115. And you're going to divide that by sine of 15. So which is a 42.6. So the length of C is a 42.6. The length of C is a 42.6 unit. And I'm going to choose a second ratio, okay, to find out the length of B. So which is a sine of 15 times C cross multiply 36 times the sine of 15. All right. So now 36 times sine of 15 and divided by sine of 15. Sine of 15. which is a 12.1, which is a 12.2 units. So that's something. So the 12.2 units.